say that they lifted that curse off the bridge, right? She's still standing there. And that third bridge, I would prefer to believe that they did lift it because that bridge is supposed to fall in tragedy or in blood, and I do not want that to be happening, so.
Well, there's only that few people.
Exactly. Hello, Matlow. I think there's only 4 people on his tour. I'm the lucky one. We have a full tour here tonight. Alright, so we are going to make our way along the Halifax waterfront here, see how many tall ships we can get in before the fireworks go off. We're passing by Purdy's Towers, though, right now, these 2 big tall glass towers. These are some of the most photographed buildings in the Halifax Harbour, perhaps because they're so pretty. Took you a minute, but you got it. I like you guys. These towers are actually pretty innovative. They built them in the 80s, and when they built them, what they decided to do was use the cool Harbour seawater. They suck it up into the buildings and circulate that cool energy around through the buildings. It saves them over $100,000 in air conditioning costs every year. So when they built these buildings in the 80s, they definitely had their heads screwed on right. They knew what they were doing when they opted to use that technology. Is anybody staying at the Harbourfront Marriott Hotel? Anybody? No? That's this building with the green roof here. You'll notice there are a lot of buildings with a roof that's this color. They're made out of copper. Over time, copper oxidizes and turns that color. That seafoamy green color. Now we're coming up to the first of the tall ships here, but before I talk about the Roseway, we're going by a little tiny yellow building on the Halifax boardwalk. A couple people are smiling, they know what I'm talking about. This is Cow's Ice Cream. Now Cow's, I am not paid to plug Cow's, I just do it because I love them. They have been voted not only best ice cream in Canada, but also best ice cream in the world at one point. So if you're looking for a snack, go and check them out. We passed by the Roseway there, coming from Boston, Massachusetts. The next tall ship that we're passing by here is the Unicorn. This was the first tall ship that made its way into the harbor. They beat everybody else here, perhaps because their crew is all female. Yeah. Perhaps. It is all female. Very proud of these ladies. You actually don't see that very often, an all-female crew, so it's kind of cool.
Yes. We should actually go on it sometime. You can go inside and see.
Question?
Where are they shooting the fireworks from?
Where? There's a barge, if you can see. Right out to, if you look towards the refinery, there's a barge out there. They're firing them off from there, yeah. And I'm not going to talk all through the fireworks. I'm going to sit down and watch them with all you guys, if that's okay. Well, that's what Sarah told me to do. She told me to name them all and like make up elaborate stories, but I'd rather just let you guys enjoy them and not annoy you. But they're supposed to go off at 9:19 or something, a weird time like that, so we'll see when they actually happen. These great big tall masts that you can see over the top of Murphy's there. Tons of people packed onto the patio at Murphy's. They have a great view of the fireworks. But this is the Eagle. They're a U.S. Coast Guard vessel, training vessel. They actually just came in today. They came in sometime early afternoon or this morning they came in. How glad are you guys that you aren't all packed onto the boardwalk right now? You guys have a perfect, yeah? I'd be glad.
We were just there. Oh wow, it is.
Do you guys have any questions or anything? Any questions? No? Yep. This is George's Island, the closest one to us, yep. The furthest one is called McNabb's Island. Yeah, both of them are fortified. Both fortified islands. George's Island has Fort Charlotte on it, named after King George's wife. And it's Fort McNabb, I think, out on McNabb's Island. Question, yeah? You've been to McNabb's Island. Did you camp out there? No? I think you can camp out there. There's a provincial park. Yeah? Yeah.
What? Provincial
You had
park?
your birthday party out there.
Let's do it.
That's super cool. This little guy had his birthday party out on McNabb's Island. Sounds like fun to me. On a speedboat. Wow.
For a party for the Sylvia.
Hello, people on the Silva. Hello. Enjoy the fireworks.
Yes, that's the one that Health Professions had a thing.
Those of you from Halifax, did you guys know that our boardwalk here is one of the longest boardwalks in the world that bodies a saltwater body of water? Kind of cool, neat fact. Stretches all the way down to Pier 21 and goes between Pier 21 and Casino Nova Scotia where we came into the water. Now we're coming by the CSS Acadia here. Pretty permanent fixture here on the Halifax waterfront, but CSS Acadia is I like to call her a bit of a tough cookie. She has survived not only World War I, but World War II and the Halifax explosion, and she's still floating out there today. So she's seen a lot in her lifetime. She's pretty cool. You can go on and explore her if you buy admission into the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. The next tall ship that we're coming by here is the Bounty from Greenport, New York. Now the Bounty was built, it's a replica of the original Bounty. It was built for the filming of the movie Mutiny on the Bounty, if you've seen it. They built it exactly 1/3 larger than the original Bounty. They needed a little extra space to be able to accommodate all the camera crews and all the big camera equipment. Kind of a neat fact about that. Now these two tall ships here that are back to back, there's Lynx, which is the closest one to us from New Hampshire, I think, from New Hampshire. And in behind that is Providence from Rhode Island. The next one here I always like to talk about, this is the Lorinda, the one that we're directly across from now. Now at one point, the Lorinda sank in the Halifax Harbour. Sank in the Halifax Harbour during Hurricane Juan. If those of you who are from the area remember the hurricane, it was docked right next to the HMCS Sackville. HMCS Sackville came loose during the hurricane, during the big storm, knocked into it, sank it right here in the harbour. They had to pull it out with a big crane. Guy out in Boulier's Point actually bought the Lorinda and has been refurbishing her ever since, so kind of a neat story. Next we have the Gazella. This is from Philadelphia. One of the oldest tall ships that's in Halifax for the festival. I think it's over 100 years old. It's 111 years old. Providence, I believe. Maybe it's a Lynx. I think it's a Lynx that was also in Pirates of the Caribbean. But the Bounty was also in Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, the Bounty was. It's one of the